Hi, welcome back to the Hernandez program, conferences for free. We are watching concepts within the class of demonstrative adjectives, which is a very interesting class because this class has a drawing and everything. And we have reached the control practice, less control practice, and the free practice stages. Now let's make a reflection. Did we have an objective? Yes. Did we do ICQs? I suppose we did, but remember that ICQs come when they have actually to do exercises, so let's take it easy. Um, did we do CCQs? Yes, when we were checking comprehension questions, we were doing that when we asked them if when we well actually we can I think we didn't cover it. We could have said something like this is it for close objects or for far objects? That is it for close far objects or close objects? These is plural. Is it for far objects or for close objects? That is a way to ask checking comprehension questions. If they say far or near, they get an idea of what you're talking about. Close, far. So making a reflection, I was missing the CCQs in the previous activity. Now we reach the exercise. We can notice the scramble sentences. That is the control practice. They only have to unscramble. So you can tell them, okay, now following the structure on the board, which was the form on the board, you are going to unscramble the sentences. You have 3 minutes. You are going to do it individually, and you have to unscramble. So and then you can do the ICQs, instruction checking questions. Okay, Charlie, do you understand? And if he says yes, okay, what are we going to do? Unscramble. How much time do you have? 3 minutes, individually or in pairs. And remember that sometimes students are not going to know, especially in big groups. This gives a second time in big groups for students to listen. It's very difficult that when you have a group that exceeds 20 students, that everybody is going to listen the first time. So the instruction checking questions is a way to get most of the students to know the instruction. And when they start doing it, when you tell them, okay, do it, and you start monitoring the classroom, then less students are going to have doubts. And there are going to be students that are very, very, very slow at doing the exercises because they struggle a lot with the language. And this is not something to worry about because, for example, we all have different intelligences, and probably the linguistic intelligence is not theirs. They can be spatial, mathematical, musical, etc. So you start monitoring, you realize what student is weak, what student is not working, and you help them to do the activity. And then after the 3 minutes, you go back to your place in front of the classroom and you start eliciting the answers. Okay, who can tell me number one? And they start raising their hands. And remember, always prompt them, always ask them to raise their hands for participation, because if they start speaking at the same time, you are going to have a mess of a class. So they start raising their hands. You give them the words. Okay, tell me Mary, tell me Danielle, tell me Charlie, Michael. They give you the sentence, right? And you give them a point. Okay, number two. Who can tell me number two? They raise their hands. You ask, you signal the student. You tell the student to tell you the word, sorry, the sentence, and you give them a point. Okay, that's a point, Michael, or that's a point, Charlie, or Mary. Yes, and then you give instructions for exercise number two to who wants to be A and who wants to be B for the role plays. So they raise their hand. You choose Michael and Mary. One is A, one is B. They read, right? Another way to do this is to get them in pairs. If you have a very big group, you want them to have enough practice, so you get them in pairs to practice the conversations, and then at the end, after 3 minutes or four, you can get some of the pairs of students to tell you the sentences. You don't want to delay a lot of time here because the main objective of the activity is a free practice. Now, in the free practice, right? Um, they have to do the drawing and they have to write the sentences on the drawing, and that is the last activity. And at the end, they tell you, you ask them when they are finished with their drawings, which is going to take time, which is going to take ICQs. you are going to ask them to tell you one of the sentences for a point from their drawings. Okay, and that is it with this class. That was like the free stage. Most of the classes we have seen so far, they are very simple, they are very basic. In the next videos, you are going to find some classes that carry a free practice that is very noticeable because they actually have to do it by themselves, because they have to do it in pairs, but because the language starts coming out from their minds. So that was it for this video. Thanks for watching.